During my trip to North Carolina, I found a beautiful green anole. Anolis carolensis is her scientific name. I made this video with her. This video contains clips from Lakeview Cabin 2. So, expect a couple of jump scares. Enjoy the video.
This is a green anole. They are very common here in North Carolina and are one of the most standard lizards in the world. There's certainly nothing about them that makes them extremely bizarre. They are very basic lizards, but that's a good thing, because when it comes to lizards, a lot of lizards have very bizarre adaptations, like live bearing, venom, and those don't have any of that stuff. Instead, they just opt to be a very regular and very basic, mediocre lizard. They give birth to young that hatch out of eggs, and they eat insects. What other lizard can actually say the same? It might sound very ordinary, but when it comes down to it, it's pretty much fine. Anoles also try to impress their mates using throat patches like this one. Both males and females have this. This one has a very short throat patch, which makes me suspect it's a female, but its size kind of suggests it's a male. Green anoles like this one are fairly common here in North Carolina, and they hibernate during the winter, but they'll come out of hibernation temporarily when the sun is out. And this particular one was actually found right along this fence. Green anoles have tails that are very brittle, and you should never hold them by the tail because that can actually fall off. They'll regrow a new tail, but it just won't be the same. This one has a long, really nice little tail, so I don't think this tail has ever fallen off, otherwise it would be a different color than the rest of the body. Green anoles also have these cling pads, just like that of a gecko, but they also have claws, unlike a gecko. This helps them climb up smooth surfaces. These are some of the few lizards that can actually climb up a glass wall like that of a gecko. But they can also climb up wooden walls. I'm going to release this gecko right along here where I found him. Gecko. Sorry, it's an anole. And I'm going to stay with him for a little while because he's very tired out from our encounter. And I don't want a bird to get him. He's looking at me. He's wondering, why won't you just leave me alone? These guys are really, really docile lizards. Sometimes. Some of them are so friendly you could reach up and they'll jump right on your hand. I suspect, though, the reason why is because they've been in captivity so long that they just associate humans with food. Personally, I could never keep these guys as pets. They make fine pets for a lizard. But when it comes down to it, there's other species of lizards that can make far better pets. If you want a type of lizard, I know it's not really a lizard, but a better pet lizard would be something like, how about a gecko? Preferably something like a crested gecko, which are very, very docile already. Or maybe you could take your chances with a bearded dragon, because those guys are way friendlier than any green anole I've ever seen. Oh. Want to do that again for me, please? Just climb up a little. There we go. Whoop! There we go. Let's just take a second to admire his beauty. He looks a little thin, but like I said, he probably just came out of hibernation. And I'm trying to get him to calm down a little bit. So remember, green anoles are the most fine lizards in the world, and their basicness only contributes to the fact that they're wonderful. there's no better lizard, because every other lizard tries trashy tactics like venom or maybe live bearing. That's just not cool. Most lizards should just stick to the basic lizard build because it actually works. And then there's some lizards like the frilled lizard that have big magnificent frills, but it all just comes off as trying too hard. They could probably learn a thing or two with these guys. I wish you'd go back onto my hand. I liked you better there. Here, let's see if I can get them to jump onto this board right here. Jump on the board? What if I put you closer to the board? If I put my hand over there, will you go on the board? Come on, I want to see you jump. What if I'm... Oh! Damn it, he jumped off. That's an Anole for you. They like to jump. That's one of the biggest issues. Luckily, it's not like there's anything hard here for them to jump on. Let's go get closer. Just as I was saying, let's get closer, there's another Anole right here. This one might be a different color, but it's also a green Anole. It might be brown, but as you can see, its face is very pointy. Brown Anoles have a less pointy face. This one also looks like she just got done shedding. The reason why this one is brown is because of environmental pressures. When it just comes out like this, it might be brown, but once the sun gets out and it has some time to bask, it will turn a bright green. This one I suspect is a male, but that's only because of his size. It could very well be a female. Ooh. He's climbing down. I wonder if he's gonna go somewhere. I wonder if I brought some insects out if he would eat them. When geckos shed their skin, they do the same thing that I do when my nose is running. I usually pick my nose and then I eat my boogers. So this guy is probably eating his pieces of skin. I suppose I would do the same thing if I was shedding. Here's that green Anole again. But I don't want him here. I want him to go back to where he was earlier. Ooh, he's fast. Come here, little fella. Let's go back home. This way. Yeah, that way. That's good. There goes an Anole again. He's head bobbing. Either he's communicating with other dimensional creatures, or he's trying to display to a mate, or deter an enemy. And that's how they do it. I'm actually pretty impressed by the display of the Anole. However, if you're not, then it's your own fault.
I'm going to wrap up this video by telling you that green Anoles, while can be social, they're also fairly territorial. They're not exactly the greatest pet lizards. However, if you do decide to get one, do your research first. And just so you know, no Anoles or children were harmed in the making of this video, except for this little girl's family. Those are tears of joy. Don't worry. I'm sure they'll all be fine.